Hello.
Hey, that's what
Joe.
Hello.
Cooking is this Friday, right?
It is. It is.
Cooking is this Friday. I told you that. But it's not the last Friday, but it's the fourth Friday.
Fourth Friday. Brian, can you, the back of that camera at the very top, there's a button. You gotta push it in and hold it for a second. Very top. Hold it, keep holding it. There it is, that's perfect. Thank you.
So you couldn't open that PDF either?
I could open it, I don't know what I opened. It just said, it was a PPTX, which is PowerPoint.
Yeah, they had converted it to a...
Yeah, but it wasn't, that's all there was one page that said this. So it's like you got the
Yeah.
cover or settings or
Well, I mean,
something.
that's all I wanted, was just the first page of the slideshow. And I converted it to a PDF, and I don't know why it wasn't...
Did you look at the PDF yourself?
As well.
Did you look at the PDF? Did you see what we saw?
I saw what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a picture so you know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to explain it. There was no other pages. There was
Well, that's
nothing.
all, that one would have been just the front page. To,
Yeah.
Brian, you wanna direct me in the right direction?
Okay.
Sorry. Bounce on you, Susan?
Yep.
I'm
Medium.
gonna switch light tape on 5. There's the Boulder Street mural.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
That's a PDF.
That is a PDF because
That's
I
fine.
could not work with whatever format she sent it in.
Got it. And then,
Yeah, I forgot about that. And then the other one is a PowerPoint, general meeting PowerPoint. Is it today's date? No,
no. That's September. Yeah, but
it's
September.
clearly September.
But it was modeled.
So why didn't it sort by day?
It did.
Well, yeah, but I worked on it today.
The most recent one in this folder from before today is back in January. So,
Oh, there's a folder in there called meeting. You may have to scroll.
hold on 1 second, I'm gonna sort by type. Folders, here we go. Lots of folders.
Okay, meeting minutes. Now it should appear. About date
3/17/23, that was 3 days
modified. Is
ago.
that not it?
Here it is. 23 through 20. Okay.
So,
a lot of things to mention tonight, but not only one presenter, and it's the mural people that presented last month.
Yeah. It's pretty light.
It's pretty light.
Hey, correct me now.
Hi, neighbors.
How is everybody today?
There's a little color in there, or it's going to look like
What's that?
darker.
No, he's fabulous just like that. There's nothing
Yeah, it went a little
here.
darker. It went a little bit too dark, I think. But glad you noticed. Appreciate that, Brian.
See ya.
Oh, goodness.
Anne said she was a Navy?
Yeah, and I mean, she was coming from somewhere, and I forget where, and she said I should be back in time, but just so you know, and that she communicated, and I've not heard a thing, which
Wow.
I believe she
How's it going?
How are you?
Good, welcome.
You got my
this is the place. Oh, the slides?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
I do,
right.
I do.
Okay, good.
All right.
This is my husband,
Jose.
Jose.
Hey,
Jose.
what's up? Brian, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Brian, Kirk, Natalie, Jennifer, John.
And Jazz will be coming soon,
Okay.
but a little bit later.
I had to take your slides and convert them to a PDF. Somehow I couldn't figure out how to
but I've got it. Here's Ann.
Do you like it in like a PowerPoint version?
I use PowerPoint and I'm
Okay.
acquainted with it, and
That's
it was
probably-
coming across like as part of like a Google Doc, and I am
Sorry.
just not fluent in.
Hi, kids.
I mean, I should be. No, it's fine. I made it work, but I'm looking at it going, why can't I make this do what I need it to do?
I think it's not, I think it's like not compatible with some reason with PowerPoint, or like alters all the
Yeah,
formatting or something.
they're competing brands and they don't want to talk. I mean, I get it. But hello. How are you?
How you been? Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been quite a while.
Hey, Beth Mark. Good to see you. So, Eli emailed you a couple weeks ago, and then I wasn't sure if you guys had exchanged any other emails.
Not really.
I emailed you last minute earlier today. Didn't see it, it's fine. That's fine. But my whole presence is to chat briefly about the Inspire plan. That we're gonna, we've kind of, we haven't like officially kicked it off yet for House 7.
Really tired.
I know, I'm like this
We've been focusing on finishing up John Murrow's
every time.
Inspire plan. But we're gonna be starting in earnest this spring.
With 237?
What's that?
With 237?
237, yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And it's going to be a little bit redundant since Sunny CDC and Design Collective
Just did
just
Baltimore
did
Islands?
yeah. So and in fact it was Eli, who's my colleague down the planning department, who led the planning effort for Darkwood. So actually it's kind of great that we'll kind of be going off. And our intention, our hope is to actually have like an accelerated Inspire plan process. So much of the work has been done. You know, people get planning.
Perfect.
We want to focus on like doing these things, just talking about.
And then recommendation.
I call it meeting.
Let's hope it's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And can you let me in and make me a co-host?
So
Thanks.
if Eli put together a brief slideshow, I sent it's web-based. It's in your email address.
Oh.
Right, it's in your email. Or
Alright.
I could forward it. I could re-forward it to you directly.
Forward it to the Breath of God one. That'll be, because it's already logged in.
And I know, well,
How have you been?
good.
Good.
I heard about your news.
Thanks. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm glad you're here too, because I wanted to find time to sit down and chat too. So
Yeah, sure.
before we roll. Are you staying at the end of the meeting, or are you?
No, I don't have anything afterwards.
All right, cool. Well, at least we'll have time to find something on the calendar. You look well, though.
Yeah, I feel well. This is my first time actually here inside the church.
Oh yeah, well, welcome.
Like,
It's, you know, nothing super special, but it's it works for us.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I spent that like a lifetime. It feels like I spent a couple years in Catholic seminary.
Really?
Yeah, I was,
Which
yeah.
one?
St. John Vianney in Miami.
All right.
So I was studying for the from Diocese St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Where I was raised there. And so it sent me, to San Juan Vianney.
Okay.
Mine was the 80s. Big shot. Yes.
All right, what's the email address?
For me? Oh, for Breath of God LC at Gmail.
It's not going to fit. I have to put all of them together. And then it'll fit.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I have to put all of them together and then it'll fit.
Okay, I just sent it. But if there's not, if you already have,
I'm so lazy, I don't want to squeeze by you. Done.
Girl.
Stick a fork in me.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, BJ.
You're gonna be so excited to see the mural designs.
Oh, cool.
I got a sneak preview, they're awesome.
Are they?
Yeah.
I need to find out if he needs the eggs. Yeah, what do you think? Hamburgers, hot dogs,
My best friend is coming to the
after a little bit of crispiness, you know, and then like,
How long will that don't stay with
or just a weekend. Yeah. He's a bossy little guy. It'll be okay. I think. 'Cause he's very, he loves everyone. So like, Nico's got a muzzle just in case. I'm like, behave. I've got other dogs in the house.
dogs coming?
A Minton.
Miniature picture.
Or some kind of Minton. They don't know what he is. You know, he was like a rescue specialist, but he's mostly Minton. There's something that's a little taller mixed in there. Yeah. They'll be a good pair, yeah. Be me and Mini Me.
Hey, Brian, you don't have those gift cards on you, do you? Do you have the gift cards?
It's actually, hold on, good.
I just,
Good.
I just
Scroll back up
by
to
the- by the- I'm gonna put it in envelopes, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get them put in envelopes, remember how I did it last year?
What I want to do with them,
That should take you to the.
we gotta do
No,
some
not
sort of these
Oh, I plan on doing that. I did that after the last one too. I did. Yeah, I did that last year. Yeah, yeah, now Club and Great, I think it's gonna miss it. 15 tickets. And they all came, I don't care, 15, it's still fun. Huh? 50? Last year we had 40. But whatever. It'll still be fun. Erin's gonna drop the key off for the garbage. She told me just keep the key. It was like,
Still have this.
so, she said just keep the key so that way we can just do what we, I told her that we would always clean, email and everything, and she said I know you will. So, and there's a grill down there, so we'll have to tell her, so as soon as Erin drops the keys, we're gonna go down and check it out to make sure we don't take our well. Because she said it's like homemade. But it works well, she said, so I'm not sure. And I want to ask Mark too, because he looked at leftover eggs. Mark, are you doing the egg hunt this year with the kids?
On Monday, yeah.
Do you want my eggs
Yeah.
after ours, like last time?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
I haven't bought them yet, but I'll just give them to you.
That's perfect.
Thank you. Somebody say my name. Oh. I heard my name.
What's the issue? Yeah, I don't know.
All right. You hear me? Is this thing on?
It is. I'll turn up more of this.
It's not as loud as it sometimes is. And
I can hear you.
all right, that's a little better. All right, welcome everyone to the March meeting of the Highland Town Community Association. Start out by welcoming any new residents. Anybody want to say hi and introduce themselves? Yeah.
My name is Jason Hazer. I live right outside that window, 138 South Island.
Oh, nice.
And just in addition to that, I teach at Patterson High School, and I will be the incoming school, family, and community council person. A lot of our students live in the Highland Town neighborhood, so here for that reason as well.
Thanks,
All
Jason.
right, well, welcome in both capacities. Anyone else like to introduce themselves?
My name is Tyrone Schaefer. I moved in June, but this is my first time actually coming to one of these meetings. Been meaning to come for a while. For context, just for fun, especially if you have kids, I do work in a video game company. And we actually are I'm more than happy to like try to coordinate something to like tour kids to the studio that's like over in north of Baltimore. I don't remember where right now. And I also do I have done a lot of experience doing fundraising work I've done a bunch for queer charities before, both corporate and like personal. And then, so just super excited to be here, super excited to help out any way I can.
What street do you live on?
I live on South Highland, so I live on 255 South Highland. A lot of plants.
Yeah, sure. And Jose, I'm Grace's husband, and I live in 208 South Building, and I work at the Maryland Department of Health. I don't know if that's helpful, but
And you've been there for what, about a year?
A little over a year.
yeah,
A little over a year. Cool. We are very excited about you.
yeah.
Really are. All right, so just kind of going down my checklist here. The video for tonight's meeting will be on the website, so you can check that out. The treasurer's report also. We have a new treasurer. Where'd she go?
I,
We want to welcome Sharon. She takes official reins over our accounts and such at the end of the month. But she's really been with us since January, and we're very, very excited to have her on board as well, because it is a critical position for us to, manage our money. We don't have a lot, but we need to make sure that it goes as far as it can go. So thanks for that. A couple of things right there. The slide that you see on the screen right now. Can you hold that for just a second? Thanks. We have, amongst the board members, we've decided to establish a norms of engagement, rules of engagement kind of thing for, like, to maintain civil dialogue. There's been, not many, but there have been occasions that something sort of contentious has come up, and we just thought we're going to, make sure that this slide appears every month so that it's kind of refresh everybody's memory, and we're all neighbors and we all want to get along, and we don't have to agree at all times, but we should remain civil at all times because that will allow us to work together and resolve our issues. So we will move forward with that as part of our slide presentation every month. Dr. Nunley right here has come in. He has another meeting to go to, so I'm going to let him jump ahead just a little bit and hand to Dr. Nunley. Come on up here. You need the microphone. I know you don't, but some of us do.
Thank you so much, everyone. I am the liaison from the Department of Public Works, which means that whatever issues or concerns that you may have, all I need you to do is to call 311 first, get your confirmation number. After you get your confirmation number, you're going to call me, okay? And I say call me, text me the confirmation number with whatever the issues are, and give me a chance to see if I can do some escalation. Because they'll tell you it takes so many days, so many of this, so many of that. I've been pretty fortunate on getting things moved a little faster, so I would like you to do that. My name is Larry, L-A-R-R-Y, Nunley, that's N-U-N-L-E-Y, Nut, L-E-Y. My email address is larry.nunley@baltimorecity.gov. My telephone number is 443-615-2626. The reason I gave you my number, that's a 24/7 number, because we find that the problems do not come at 4:15 or 3:30. It comes at 4:25 when everybody's leaving their offices. So I'd like you to feel free, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, don't wait until Monday. Please jump on, call 311 and send me the confirmation number, and let's see if we can get some help to you. Okay? All right?
Could you repeat that one more time?
I'm sorry, sir?
The email and phone number one more time.
Phone number again, 443-615-2626. Now, I'm handing out information. I have 2 more things to hand out on this side. If you have some questions about them, because I'm leaving, please send me a text or an email, and I will certainly get back to you within 24 hours, and I'll get back to you usually the same day. Okay? All right? Any questions, concerns, issues? Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea when they're going to go back to a regular recycling schedule?
That is a
Like you haven't
tremendous
heard that
question.
before.
As you know, in the news, a lot of things are happening.
Right.
My bosses are working on what is necessary to put this whole thing together. I haven't heard anything as of yet, but if I hear something, I'll be shooting an email to your president, and then he'll be able to forward it right out to you really quickly. And I live in the community, so I live in Highlandtown. So you'll see me around, stop me, question me, say, wait a minute, I need to talk to you. Please feel free, okay?
Thank you.
All right? Thank you.
Thank you. And John, am I right? Do we have him listed as a resource on the website?
We do not.
On the resources page?
Please do.
Can we add him in? I don't know if we want to put his phone number up there. I mean,
Please.
he's offered it out.
Everything.
Put the phone number? Okay.
Put everything there.
And listed as a resource.
Is that what you wanted?
Larry talked about 311 and getting a 311 number first. It is very important that residents start with 311 because that's our line of communication to the city. When you report anything on 311, you will get a 311 report number. Save that number because that's what he's going to need. That's what you're going to need in a couple of weeks when your pothole hasn't been fixed and your street light is still out. You're going to need that number so that it's easily tracked by Dr. Nunley or somebody at City Council or whoever we ask for some help with that. One of the slides, that slide right there, shows you some of the many ways that you can access 311, and I recommend the app on your phone because it's going to be in your pocket and it will store all of your numbers. You do have to have a 311 account. It's easy to do. You do have to be logged in for it to work, and I've had this thing log out for no apparent reason and had it, it's a little cumbersome when you need it, but it does store everything, all of your report numbers and your pictures and everything, so that you come back and look at it later. One thing about 311, and a lot of people don't necessarily understand this, when you refer to this thing after the fact, a week later or 2 weeks later, and you see that something is closed, but your pothole hasn't been fixed and your street light is still out, 311 considers a case to be closed as soon as they hand it off to the appropriate agency. So if it's a trash issue and you hand it and it gets handed off to DPW, they mark it as closed even though your problem hasn't been taken care of. It's a bit of a shortcoming with the system. I'm not sure what the proper way around it is. You could backstop it with something else and there'd be another crack for that, where the city might lose track of something, but it's still a really, really good way to track everything, so I recommend it and save those numbers because without it, you're just a guy who's complaining again on the phone to somebody. So save that number. Ann, there's a slide here about Department of Housing and Community Development. Right there. So the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Development has a tax sale deferment program. This program is designed to keep people who've fallen in arrears with their taxes for their property taxes for whatever various reason there might be. It allows them to apply for a deferment so that they don't lose their house in a tax sale. Because this happens, and it happens in particular to people who are less well-resourced. It happens to people who are maybe elderly or something of the sort. And the last thing you want is to be, 85 years old and have your house taken away because you misplaced a piece of mail. Because we know the Postal Service isn't what it was even 2 years ago, it seems. So if you know of anyone who is in any danger of in any kind of arrears with their property taxes, this is an opportunity to, save the house, literally. Phone number is 410-396-3984, and you can also just Google Baltimore City, and you can find it that way. It might be a little complicated, but it's, it's there, and there is a deadline of April 15th to apply to get your name on this list and find out if you qualify or not. So could be very, very important for some. Next up, there's a slide there for YouthWorks. There you go. YouthWorks is an internship program that provides 5-week job intern opportunities for thousands of Baltimore kids, young people ages 14 to 21. I don't have the phone number in front of me on my sheet.
Just call me. It's out of my
Oh, it is out of your office?
It's out of our office.
Okay.
Yes.
Larry can help with that too. And, this is a great way to get kids, working, get in the habit of working. It's a great way to get them out and, learning soft skills and the kind of things that says, you got to show up and work on time and get out there. And there's been a lot of talk over the past, I don't know how many years about, kids in the corners with squeegees and that kind of thing, and getting them something productive to do. Well, this is it. This is a real opportunity to get kids out there and to work and learning those soft skills and making some money. I forget what they pay, but it's not insignificant. It's more than minimum wage. So it's, am I right about that? It's more than minimum wage.
It's right at minimum wage.
It's right at minimum wage. So, pretty good deal actually for a kid.
I will put you in touch with the individual out of the office. It's a liaison just like I am, but he's also been running this program for a number of years. So he'll have all your answers and everything. So just text me. We want to get as many kids as we can into the program, and it's across the board. They could be working in water, statistics, athletics, all kinds of stuff. So thank you.
Do you send anybody out to the schools to try to recruit kids from school?
They send out information to the schools.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yes, but don't stop. Just because I said that, don't feel like you shouldn't announce it.
Gotcha.
All right.
There is indeed help available at school.
There is help at school.
We promote YouthWorks. Every teacher gets an email about how to help kids apply for YouthWorks. There is help in school for school-age kids.
So we're doing something right.
Good enough. Thank you.
Yeah, so just follow up on YouthWorks. So here in Southeast Baltimore, there's a bunch of sites, but there's like 5 organizations, 5 or 6 of us that work together in the Southeast Youth Collaborative that together employ about 150 young people in the summer through YouthWorks. So that's this church, Southeast CDC, Banner Neighborhoods, Friends of Patterson Park, Often Patterson Park Audubon, and Patterson Park Public Charter School. So for those who are looking, all those sites can request specific young people, and those young people can request to be with us. It has to be a mutual thing. So if you know of young people who would like to stay local and work with any of those organizations, they can get directly in touch with any of us. And we have a few more weeks where we can request folks by name to work at our sites who want to work with us. So, yeah.
Thanks, Mark. Let me see. There's a slide about Herring Run. There you go. All right, so the Friends of Herring Run are taking a page from Friends of Patterson Park and trying to build a volunteer-based organization to work with Herring Run Park. And if you're not familiar with Herring Run Park, it is north by northeast of here. It's a linear park that crosses a number of major roadways, Hartford Road, Herring Parkway. It follows a stream bed all the way to Lake Montebello. And there are some beautiful cycling paths. There are some great playgrounds and other facilities there. It's a really, really nice park. Someday, when the Greenway, the bike program in Baltimore, is completed, or at least on our east side, we'll be able to ride from Highlandtown to Herring Run Park without having to deal with a lot of traffic. Right now it's a little treacherous. I've done it. It's a beautiful ride when you get there. It's not a beautiful ride to get there, but it's true. Someday it will be. But they are looking to hire their first ever executive director. It is a part-time position. I don't know what the qualifications are, but the contact information is right there. You can Google it. This would be a great opportunity for somebody, I don't know if it would be a retired person or somebody who's, most of us need a full-time job, but there are a lot of people who are, you know, engaged in kind of gig economy things who would love to, you know, be part of something to, you know, really help the park and help get off the ground. And, you know, it's a good opportunity for someone. So if you know of anyone, send them that way. That's about all I have. Does anybody from our board have anything? Do you want to talk about the events coming up?
Sure, I will. Hi, everybody. I'm Roger Sims, and I'm the Vice President of the Community Association. And we have our second annual Adult Easter Egg Hunt coming out this Sunday at the Conklin Street Garden. It's from 1 to 3. You get prizes of gift cards, lottery tickets, liquor, candy, we're providing hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, and chips, water, beer, wine. Yeah, so just a nice day for everybody to come out. Tickets are for sale on Eventbrite, and the sales end on Thursday. Then on Friday, Highlandtown's first adult prom tickets go on sale, and that will be held on May 6th. Yeah, May 6th, down at Tiffany's East on Lombard Street, and that's going to be from 7 to 11. I'm still going back and forth with the price of the tickets. I think they're going to be about $65 or $70 a ticket because we have the food and it's all you can eat and it's a open bar and a DJ for 4 hours. So spread the word with your friends and out and look it up on Eventbrite and keep checking the Highlandtown Weaver page. Thanks.
Yeah, on the previous page, it said Saturday,
It is Saturday.
the Easter egg hunt.
Oh, no, it's Sunday. Yeah, that comes Sunday.
It says Saturday.
Well, that's
that would
wrong.
be my error.
Okay.
Thanks for calling out,
Sunday.
John.
It's always Saturday. That is it. Yeah,
I just wanted to point
thanks.
There is a slide up here for Blockenstein also. John, you want to say something about that?
I do. So Glockenstein is our monster community art sale. It's sponsored by the Highlandtown Community Association. It's unique in that all the sites are free. Anyone in Highlandtown can just sign up and get a free site to sell. We usually have 75 to 100 sellers out there, and we have hundreds of people coming out buying things. Tremendous bargains every year. It's June 3rd this year. It's always the first Saturday after Memorial Day. It's on Bank Street between Elwood and East Avenue. Any questions?
What's that? I don't think that's fine.
We're not ready to take reservations yet, but I'm putting it on our website, which is highlandtown.com. There's going to be an Eventbrite sign up. We don't have a permit yet, so we're not quite ready to roll it out. So please think about selling. You know, I clear a lot of stuff out of my house, and definitely think about showing up. It's really cool. Thank you.
One second. I think we have a question. Sean said, is there going to be a cleanup or anything the night before, the evening before?
Yes.
We have a whole lot of things that have to be for it. We're still in the, again, early days. We haven't set up any things, but there's going to be a cleanup the night before.
Great.
Okay?
And we'll be sure to get that link up on highlandtown.com and up on Facebook, so watch for that. And that's always a fun event too. And it's what, 8 till noon? 8 to 1?
8 to 1.
8 to 1. I made the slide, I should know that. Can you pull up the wine festival slide? There we go. All right, the Highlandtown Wine Festival is back this year after, has it been 3 years?
Three.
Yeah, it's been 3 years since we've had the wine festival. For those who are unfamiliar with it, we close off Claremont Street between South Conkling and what's the next one? Eaton, and set up a bandstand, and there is food from Di Pasquale's. There are all kinds of vendors, and there is wine, and it is a wine festival like you've never been to before. It is all homemade wine, and there are other things for sale if you don't like homemade wine. I tell people it is the one wine festival you would go to for the fun, not necessarily for the wine, but you really ought to be there because it is a ball, I'm telling you. So, and it is one of our big fundraisers every year, so. Yeah, take off Monday. Seems to be the thing to do. It is, it's Sunday, May 21st. And tickets will be on sale for that shortly as well. We will get that up on the webpage. We will get it out on Facebook as well. There's a meeting of a few people, the organizers, on Wednesday, so maybe we'll have those logistics lined out. I know there are permits to line up, and I guess we don't want to get too far ahead of our skis. But watch the social media and everything else for that, because it really is just almost too much fun. It's great. So, anybody else have anything from the board? Nope. Mark.
Yeah.
All right, Mark Parker here with Breath of God Lutheran Church on the board. Glad to see you all. A few things coming up. Two things back to back on April 1st. We gather a group of neighbors kind of in the immediate vicinity to do to clean up the streets and alleys and things, sidewalks, things like that. That'll be on April 1st, Saturday the 1st at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I also have to coordinate kind of new neighbor visits to folks who purchased houses in the last few months here in the area, both for Patterson Park and for Highlandtown. So we're going to do those back to back, so we'll do the new neighbor visits at 11 o'clock. So come for one, come for both. Either way, we'll clean up some trash and then we'll be out visiting folks. I think the other thing I wanted to invite folks to in particular, so there's a kids Easter egg hunt that we'll do at the corner of Pratt and Elwood right there in front of the triangle created by the paths inside that park entrance. That'll be Easter Monday, the 10th. It's designed for kids kind of from birth up to age, 6 or 7, something like that. Baltimore City schools are off that day, so we'll take all our preschoolers down, which is 50 plus kids, but then their siblings and neighbors and friends are welcome to come on. There is a Facebook event and there's an online registration for it, just so we can manage, just so we can prepare for the right number of kids and can communicate about. There's time slots for each specific age, so 6-year-olds aren't running over 2-year-olds and things like that. It's chaos, friends, chaos. So we try to avoid that. Last thing I want to say, we are taking groups to the Orioles. I hope y'all are excited. I'm very excited for the season. We have folks going on Sunday, April 23rd will be the first one, and we also have tickets in September. So if you're interested in going on April 23rd as an early Sunday afternoon game, let me know, and I also have that information up online. Right now we have 20 tickets reserved. In the fall, kind of in September, when the Orioles were playing really, really well, it was really exciting. I want to say we took 55 or 60 neighbors that night just because people kept on asking for tickets. So for whatever reason, the Orioles give discounted tickets to religious groups. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying you should take advantage of it. Come on, this. So there you go.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, and that is a lot of fun also. I've been on that at least once, and yeah, super fun. All right, so we are actually a little bit ahead of schedule here. Does anybody have anything from the floor? Just general random comments for anyone who's not on the board, who's not a presenter, who's...
Yeah, I saw on January that y'all were putting over a mural on the street near Patterson Park or whatever. And I was just curious, kind of the process for that. Just
we're going to present.
Huh?
Well, we're on Golden, we're not doing Patterson.
Oh, yeah.
But we're
you mean on the street?
Yeah, on the street.
Oh.
Because there's that intersection on South Highland and Gow that even now when I walk across it, it always feels like someone's about to run me over.
Yeah.
And I always, you all know, and especially with the kids, right? And so since there's restaurants and businesses there, I thought that it would be a good idea to put some art or something on the street to make it more visible than just the stop sign.
Yeah.
That there's an intersection coming for all the drivers in the area.
Is Kat on the phone?
Kat's on the phone. Kat, you want to talk a little bit?
Did she hear it?
She can.
Trying to get
That would be.
Yeah.
Oh, Kat, she says, Kat messaged us, says, give this person my contact info if you want.
Oh, yeah.
LOL. So,
Yeah, definitely, because it's like one of those things where I'm putting in paperwork, but like it's something that I was like, every time I walk past it, it's like, geez, you
terrible
know?
intersection.
Yeah.
So Kat has been coordinating the project at the entrance to the park at Elwood and Eastern
Gotcha.
to do a similar thing. Now, they can't go full mural across the street because it won't survive. It just won't last when it's under heavy traffic. But where the bump outs are, they're gonna do a similar thing down at Eastern and Elwood, and residents were all encouraged to do, submit ideas and that kind of thing, and then there'll be an opportunity to actually come out and paint on paint day and things, so it's very community focused. Kat's been through it already, so she can definitely help along. I will have to say that we got those four-way stop signs were put in 5 years ago. Sorry about this. We're just gonna make this go away now. We got the four-way stop signs put in 4 or 5 years ago, and there were accidents out there more often than
Oh, okay, so
imagine.
it's just
So-
a known situation.
Yeah.
It's remarkably better, unfortunately.
It's what?
I would say it's remarkably better than it was pre-stop sign, but there's still
Yes.
room for improvement. I'm agreeing with you, just letting you know we had cars hitting houses.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where intersections were.
I mean, I feel it every time I drive past it. It's like I'm about to hit someone because they don't even look. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, whatever we can do.
Well, the stop signs have slowed traffic between the stop signs. That makes the whole corridor slower and safer, but there are still people who run them, and there was an accident right here. So last week, 2 weeks ago.
it was real bad.
Yeah, it was a pretty serious accident.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, there have been injuries, and there have been some serious injuries, so, anything we can do. Also, like, it's placement, right? To take over an intersection like that and do something with it. It shows people live here, people love the place, and,
Yeah.
so it's a big deal.
Yeah, the only other thought I had was kind of like, but it's just more like I also think of like arches, kind of like in Chinatown, of various different cities. They're usually also really good at signaling like, hey, there is a space here that people are walking in or something like that. That's more expensive, right? But yeah, but just as a thought.
But there are lots of things to do, and I would say that if you have an idea, any idea, no matter how grandiose, can lead to something else and be part of the conversation. So, keep it coming. But get with Kat because she can get things started.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention something. Sharon and I received a grant for Love Your Block, and we're gonna be gutting out some ugly tree pits and putting borders around them. If anybody would like to volunteer and help us, email highlandtown21224@gmail.com with your contact information, and that way I can go ahead and let you guys know what days we're gonna be out, and we'll show you how to make the tree pits, because we're gonna be doing our blocks, so there's Claremont, Fagley, Pratt's, and some of Eaton. But we have the designs and we have the materials and the expense, so that if you want to do one in front of your house or you want to get your neighbors to get together and do it, you could also apply from us for a small grant, right? Because we have some money for neighbors if they want to do something with tree pits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you'd like to come out and volunteer and learn how to do the tree pits, just email highlandtown21224@gmail, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect. Yeah, I also have like some extra, just random bit too. I have extra sweet pea seedlings if anyone wants any. Just like if we want to start putting that around here. So that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, anything else from the room? Okay.
Yep.
What up? You're up.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Matt DeSantis. No relation or anybody. Unfortunately, I have to make a disclaimer on the we're just Matt. I work for the city planning department. I am the community planner for Highlandtown and for our outer southeast planning district, our outer southeastern Baltimore City neighborhoods. I also work in the department's land use and urban design division. But anyways, I'm here tonight to talk.
Yep.
screen, or switch for
The mic for people on Zoom. But you can move the mic.
or I can
Just move the mic.
I'll just look at this. So I'm here tonight to talk briefly about the Inspire plan for Highlandtown 237. Can you go to the next slide? So yeah, there's me, the handsome one on the side, and my colleague Eli, who couldn't be here tonight, also handsome Eli, in case she's watching from next slide. So Inspire, it's because we're the government, it's an acronym. It stands for Investing in Neighborhoods and Schools to Promote Improvement, Urbanization, and Excellence. So basically, I'm sure everyone is familiar that Highlandtown 237 just reopened, big beautiful expansion. So that was part of the 21st Century Schools program. So 21st Century Schools is the capital dollars to rebuild, expand schools. The Inspire program, and so 21st Century Schools is managed mainly by the state and by the school system. The Inspire program is managed by the Baltimore City Planning Department, and it's a tag-along program. The rationale is, well, if we're spending huge amounts of public dollars investing in the physical structures in our schools, we should leverage that investment and take a look at the neighborhoods, specifically a quarter to half mile ground schools, and engage in a neighborhood planning process. So that's basically what Inspire is. So go to the next slide. So here's just a map. You all know your neighborhood. Highlandtown 237 is right there in the middle. That the first circle is a quarter mile, roughly 5-minute walk from the school, and then the second concentric circle is a roughly 10-minute or half-mile walk from the school. Next slide. So let's see. What does this slide? Oh, so this slide means the Inspire plans. They tend to have different focus areas. Each one is contextual based off of the school, but there generally is a housing element for the row houses. There's a commercial economic development aspect and open space, green space. Next slide, please. And then additionally, commercial corridors, public art, institutional, neighborhood institutional anchors. So these obviously are all corridors from places in the neighborhood. So Inspire it's sort of there are kind of three main components. So primary walking routes, area-specific recommendations, and then a specific pot of money for a specific neighborhood project. So let me show you the next slide. So the primary walking routes, you probably saw last year, there were, just in advance of the school opening, there were a bunch of improvements to street crossings and some sidewalk improvements. Those were all done, so the primary walking routes were identified by planning department staff, with input from community residents, also based off of city schools data, telling us where the kids live and where they're walking to school. So the primary walking routes getting to and from school were identified for specific improvements. Some of those improvements have taken place already last year. We can go to the next slide. And then, including new crosswalks. They did some of the work in the summer. They didn't do it properly. Councilman Cohen helped get on DOT, the contractor. They redid stuff, which is good. Next slide. I think, and so there are additional sidewalk repairs and new street trees coming this spring. Be on the lookout for those. They should be planting season. I think officially started. So over the next couple months, there should be new trees coming. Next slide. This is just a brief summary of some of the outreach that we've been doing already, or that we've been doing over the past year. Both Eli and I. We'll go to the next slide. So then the second aspect, area-specific recommendations. This is kind of the neighborhood plan aspect of the Inspire plan. So again, it's very greatly based off of the school community and the neighborhood, but things like improving housing conditions, improving connectivity, public safety, health and wellness. Those are general themes that the Inspire plans tend to have. Next slide. And then the third aspect is each Inspire plan comes with a roughly $100,000 pot of money to do a specific community project. So some of the other Inspire plans have included park improvements, traffic calming, public art, or other public space improvements. So we'll be, as we continue to meet with you all and school community members and neighborhood residents, we'll be gathering ideas for what people would like to do with this money. I mean, $100,000 is not a huge amount of money, but allocated specifically, it can make some noticeable improvements. Next slide. And then, so upcoming outreach, April 1st, I'm going to be out of town, but I think Eli is planning on being at the Compton Street Garden sign-up day. And then April 15th, we'll be at your HCA cleanup. So, answer questions, etc. We're going to be doing, I think that's the last slide. Maybe there's our contact info. Maybe we can share this, Ryan, if you're free to look at this or whatever on your website. And then, I think this last slide, next. Oh, then we have this in Spanish. So Eli is an English home speaker. I speak Spanish as well. So I think for the interest of time, it seems everybody understood what I was saying in English. But just in general, I can speak Spanish. I'm happy always in the world to be able to work in my official capacity to speak Spanish with neighbors. So we are going to be doing, we're going to be scheduling more meetings, in coordination with you all to talk specifically about the Inspire plan. Some of you might have been involved with the Baltimore Highlands neighborhood plan, which coincidentally, Eli, he was previously working for Neighborhood Design Center. He led and managed that process with Southern CDC. And so it was a real coup for the planning department to get Eli. So he now works for the planning department. So we've done like a lot of the planning work already took place. And that neighborhood plan was actually was officially adopted or officially accepted by the Planning Commission just a couple months ago. So that's an official Baltimore City document. So we're not going to try and reinvent the wheel. We're going to try and be as streamlined as we can. We don't want to fatigue people with meeting fatigue or planning fatigue. We are eager to actually do stuff. Speaking of which, I was out at the school a couple weeks ago with a colleague from DOT and met with the principal, talking about some traffic circulation changes around the school specifically to help with pick up and drop off because it's a disaster in the afternoon. So hopefully in the next couple months we'll be seeing some actual changes with traffic circulation. So that's just one example. But I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any questions now. Yeah?
Two questions. I think the community project input, that's something that hasn't happened yet. How will it be announced? Like, how will it be collected?
To be determined, but I commit, you won't miss out on it. We will, we're going to be very intentional working with your board, so the HCA officially, knows when we have scheduled. We'll be working. We will continue to work with Southern CDC and with the neighborhood in general.
Cool. And you mentioned trees. Are those already slots that are planned, or are you taking tree requests?
I believe that the trees that are scheduled to go in this spring will be going in existing empty tree pits. But I'd be happy to be mistaken, and I would be happy to find out if the Forestry Division is planning also this spring to open new tree pits if they haven't opened them yet.
Oh, we've got a few open ones that need trees, is why we're asking.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to share my contacts, and I can. The tree plantings are coordinated through City Rec and Parks Forestry Division, but but I know for folks there, I'm happy to
Okay.
help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for your attention.
Thanks, Matt. Just so you know, Matt, a year ago, in advance of the school reopening, we were trying to get some traffic on the area, crosswalks were done, and Bobby Joe, and, powered through and got those speed bumps put in on.
Thank you, BJ. Took 2 years.
Yeah.
About that time, I also submitted a traffic calming request for Gulf Street, the area of the school, and for Eaton, and speed bumps were put in on Eaton. Nothing has happened on Gulf, and I took that submission form and resubmitted it last week to ask for speed bumps on Gulf Street, because the 3600 block, I think, is fast and long and downhill from here, and then you cross Eaton, or I can't this on here. There's 2 long blocks that people tend to speed on, and I specifically called out in the forum that these are kids walk to school on these roads. There's a new martial arts studio on Goff Street that is going to be catering to kids, and I want to try to leverage all this stuff to try to get some speed bumps in that area, and that one just running down last
Well, feel free to loop me in to that if there's an email chain or something, because then I can reach out specifically to the new DOT traffic engineer who did that walk with me, who drew up some possible revisions to traffic circulation by the school. She's going to be part of their process is going to be reaching out to HCA to say, hey, here's some possible changes. So it sounds like you all are eager to have as many traffic calming and safety interventions as possible.
And when you talk to Principal Ashley, tell her that we've had some dialogue back and forth on this, and that she's concerned about it as well. I just want to express my appreciation to her as well.
Hey, Brian, I saw the email the other day that you sent out for the truck asking for, do you want me to give you my contacts that got me the speed bumps? Because they weren't on there, but it was Miss Shirley with DOT and Damien with DOT, and then I went with Danielle McCrae, and when they set out the survey crew and all that stuff, they were very helpful. Of course, it was during COVID, but that's why it took so long. But do you want me to forward you their info? I worked with Damien and somebody else through DOT and Miss Shirley. I can send you all that.
And just
Okay, I think they just got tired of hearing from me, so they just came out through the speed bumps.
Unfortunately, there's been a lot of staffing changes
Yeah.
at DOT recently. But also sometimes, especially, I love my traffic engineers, but sometimes you have to really be persistent, because sometimes sometimes they might say, this is impossible, it can't possibly be done. But then if you're persistent, oftentimes that can change.
I was so excited when they pulled up that morning. I was like, are you here for my bumps? They're like, we are.
Yeah.
Yay.
I like better your waiting to hear people like scramble the numbers.
Love that sound.
Does anybody else have anything to offer on this topic? All right, Chris? Okay.
So that's the PowerPoint, Ann.
Oh, okay.
It's the PDF.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get this in your stop share.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace. My husband Jose and I own this house on 208 South Golden Street. We have this giant wall that faces the playground. after doing some digging and research, talking with Jazz, he's gonna be the artist, we're gonna try for the MSAC grant, new artworks grant. And HCA has been gracious enough to, after seeing a proposal, maybe working with us and submitting it for us. So I kind of went over plans with Jazz about what we wanted and what people in the community wanted. And we settled on native plant life in Maryland. And
Next slide.
given that,
Go next slide.
oh yeah, this is kind of just like a overview. Do you know the next one? So given that this space is used by a lot of kids, I wanted something really colorful and happy too. So Jazz came up with 2 different designs, which is kind of like the highlight of presenting today. So you guys can see them and talk about like voting on which one you like the most. You're gonna talk more about them?
Sure, yeah, so just a couple more nitty-gritty details. So we're applying for the Maryland State Arts Council new public art across Maryland grant. We were here last month and you all actually voted to apply for that, right? So doing it, yes. Like Grace said, we're going to present 2 designs. We wanted to have an interactive part to these murals, so in both designs there's a scavenger hunt aspect that we're going to have accessible through QR code. It's okay, you can stay on this one for now. And we are hoping that HCA will host that page on the website. We'll get to that. But so that's the interactive part. And that's also important to bring that up because the part that is interactive will also be the part that community engagement is wanted for in the future if funds are awarded. So in this design, this is the first design, there are featured native plants and also, which is probably hard to see for you all here, there are bugs hidden in there. So there's a cicada, there's some butterflies, things like that. And so they're obviously on purpose, hard to see, right? It's a scavenger hunt. But they are there, I promise. And what we are hoping to do, if funds are awarded, is start our install in June. And early on in the process, like when I'm planning and just make up color, have a community paint day where we'll also have some kids activities and some joint booths for the insects that will be included. So that's what our community engagement plan looks like. This is our first design. We go to the next one. This is our second design. So same content, same community engagement, same colors, just in a different way. Same colors. And then maybe there's a cluster. Yeah, so here there's some bugs circled. They are not colored in. Like I said, they're going to be hard to find in person as well, but they will be there. So that's the part we're hoping to be able to have access to a QR code. So if we manage to get that done and to have a QR code, what would happen is that you would scan the QR code and give you the list of what to look for. And then it would also give you a little like fun facts about plants and all the insects included. So huge learning tool.
condense it down to something like a one-page thing.
So the form is just this.
The
The
form
form
is-
is, it has an explanation about like what's in the design, that it's interactive, all that bit, and then it's just design one or design two.
Can you put something like the address? So that you know where it is?
Yeah, all that.
Oh, it's
It's in the Google form.
it's in the,
But in that link, it's a Google form where all of it.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll go ahead and share the link with you, like, directly to the form.
okay.
But for those of you putting the person, can we hold a hand raise vote?
Show of hands.
Can I ask one question though? With this grant or what you're going after, is there going to be lighting involved with this at all?
Do you wanna? So for this specific grant, we can't use it for anything that's not art related. So and we've been through this. We do have a separate budget. Grace is also looking at some lighting and some planters or plant beds or something in that sad balding grassy patch right in front of that wall. So we do want that to be part of the larger plan. Unfortunately, for this grant, we can't apply for it. We do have a budget, and we are potentially looking at squeeze up grants or any other funding that we can collaborate on to make it a full space.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so. Well, show of hands, how many people like number one?
Can I get the vote?
Wow.
You could put number 2 on the front of my house, that'd be fine.
They're both awesome.
Number 2 is awesome.
Read it, number 1's good. The whole front of my house.
I prefer the cohesiveness rather than this. That's true. That's true.
Raise your hand one time. 15.
I'm gonna vote.
Grace, is your favorite one, is number 2 your preference?
Honestly, I really love both of them.
I do too.
Great. Wonderful. I just want to see them with the light at night. That would be awesome.
Yeah, wedding would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll meet you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
To be fair, I love them both, but I really like the kind of peering through the foliage. It's like being in the woods to me, so I like that. Mark?
Just that Matt just sent me to Jazz's website. It's worth looking at. It's just awesome work all around.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
definitely
www.
jazzerenberg.com.
JAZERENBERG.com to check out more of her work. And when we put it up on the website, we'll get that up there with it as well, so that everybody can check it out. All right, that brings us to the end. Does anybody have anything that we missed? All right, thanks for coming, everyone.
Said you like the fun.
Yeah, and I hadn't really used to it, so back in uni, like, I was also like the treasurer for like the game program. So it's like, I definitely really recycle students need to do it. Also, like, 2 days in a row. Oh, no worries, no worries.
Do you think dog waste